You are now muted.
Good morning, everybody. We are going to get started here in about 3 minutes. I'm just going to wait for additional people to join the call. You are tuning into the webinar, 3 Tools to Systemize Your Real Estate Business. We'll get started in about 3.5 minutes. All right, good morning, everyone. We are 10 a.m. on the button. Hope everyone is doing well, enjoying their Thursday morning. Thank you all so much for joining us on this call today. I feel like systemization is probably one of the most important things that realtors just don't do. I really started to systemize my own business probably within the last couple of years, 2 to 3 years or so. And before that, I was pretty disorganized. I had a lot of different things going on, different programs that I was using, different softwares, paper files, that sort of thing. And once I realized how powerful systemizing my business can truly be, things really started to take off. And, at the end of it as well, I was really pleasing my customers and my clients. Just with the amount of communication that was coming through, as well as the value add that I was providing to not only their transaction, but their everyday lives as well. So today we're going to talk about 3 different tools that I'm currently using in my real estate business for systems. A couple of things, just some housekeeping items. We are recording this webinar, so if you have to jump off a little bit early, we'll be sending out a link here probably by Friday. With the recorded webinar, so you can watch this at your leisure. You are also in listen-only mode, as well as we're going to have a Q&A towards the end of the webinar. So if you have any questions that you want to fire at me, just stick it into the chat. I'll be monitoring that, and we'll try to answer them as quickly as we possibly can. Now, we're also going to be on social. So we're going to be on Twitter. We're going to be on Facebook. my loyal, trusted, quote-unquote, assistant, or the CEO of the company, Brent Lallinger, is going to be monitoring Facebook. He's also going to be monitoring Twitter. So if you want to ask a question, make sure you use the hashtag RESystems. Okay? You can go on to Twitter and use that hashtag. Brent will be monitoring that hashtag. You can go on to facebook.com/repree and just post a question on our Facebook page. Brent will be monitoring those two strings as well, and he'll be texting me those questions immediately after they're posted. So I'll try to answer them as quickly as I possibly can. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Kelly Starr. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer for repree. I've been a realtor here in Calgary for about 8 years now. I run a small team, and our team is completely paperless as well as completely systemized. I've spoken at conferences across North America. I can say international because I've spoken at conferences in the U.S., so just a fancy word for saying that I've talked across North America, not really across the world. I'm also the world's greatest dad. I don't know if you guys knew that, but there's evidence there of my picture on my coffee mug. So any of you out there that think you're the world's greatest dad, sorry, but I've got you beat. So let's talk about what a system is. A system, according to Wikipedia, is a set of interacting or interdependent components forming an integrated whole. So essentially what it is a bunch of different checklist components to your business that are potentially all talking to each other to help you be more efficient, to help you be more organized, and to help you communicate at a greater level with your clients ultimately is the goal. So do you have a system currently right now in your business? That's the big question when you're sitting down and trying to determine what it is that you want to build and how you want to build it. So do you have a system? An Excel spreadsheet could be a system. If you're inputting expenses, for example, that's a system. If you've got a checklist of some kind and you're putting the checklist into an Excel spreadsheet, that's a system. As long as you've got some way to track and measure and record, you've got a system. Okay? You don't have to use the tech tools that I'm going to be talking about today. As long as you've got something that is keeping you on track and is keeping you organized and efficient, you've got a system in place. Now, how you communicate with your clients should also be part of that system, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. So continuing with building a system, some of the things that you're going to need to do is you're going to have to identify the needs of your clients. And around that, you should be creating a communication plan. You should have checklists already within your business. I know when I got started 8 years ago, I learned from some of the other people in my brokerage that were around for a long time. And what they were doing was they had checklists on a full sheet label, and they would take that label and put it onto a legal-sized envelope. And every time they did something on that file, i.e. faxing paperwork, it was 8 years ago, remember faxes were still the norm back then, i.e. faxing paperwork, installing the lockbox, getting the sign posted, taking the photos, ordering the feature sheets, all of these things, they would check all of these things off. Now the problem with that system was that there was no automation in communicating what it was that you were doing for your client. You may know exactly what it is that you're doing with respect to that checklist, but they really have no idea. How many times have you guys heard a client complain about another agent and saying, he came out, he stuck a sign on the lawn and never heard from him again until it was time to reduce the price? I'm sure that we've all heard that story many, many times. We don't want you to be that person. We want you to over-communicate with your client. And so if we can get you to over-communicate, that's the goal, because at the end of the day, your clients want to know what it is that you're doing to get their property sold. Or from a buyer's perspective, your buyer client wants to know what's going on with the process. So you've got checklists to keep you on point and on task. You want to be able to track and measure these things. And basically the system is going to take the pressure off of you in that you're going to be spending less amount of time on the phone, less amount of time typing out emails, less amount of time updating your clients in exactly what it is that you're doing, because the systems that we're going to be talking about today are completely automated. So the tech tools that we're going to be talking about today, we've got Basecamp, which is a project management software. We've got BombBomb, I know a lot of people are looking at BombBomb and thinking to themselves, what the heck is BombBomb? It's an email service, much along the same lines as MailChimp. However, there's a major component to BombBomb, which is video, and we'll get into that in a little bit. Obviously, we're going to be talking about e-signature solutions and transaction managers, so repree is one of those. DocuSign is another. We've got other systems out there, such as FileTour, AuthentiSign. Of course, there's a web forms integration in there as well. So what we want to do is talk about some of these different softwares, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you guys into the software and show you exactly how I'm using the software, okay? So Basecamp is a project management software not developed for the real estate industry. This is more for other industries. And I think one of the greatest things that we can do for our businesses and for our clients is to look outside of real estate and look at different softwares, different applications that other companies and corporations are using and trying to determine whether we can put that into our own real estate business. Far too often, realtors are looking within the real estate industry, within their brokerages, within their colleagues, to try to determine what is the best CRM. The best CRM is the one that you're using. And so I put in here that Basecamp is a form of a CRM because it is a client relationship management system. Every time you check something off of your checklist, your client in the morning is going to wake up to an email telling them exactly what you've done. It's a software to keep you organized and to keep your clients essentially in the know. Now, BombBomb, I don't want people to get scared off with this, but BombBomb is a fantastic tool. One of my friends, Michael Thorne, is a huge BombBomb user. He's an agent out of Langley, BC, and he runs a little TV show on YouTube called Mobile Agent TV. I don't know how many people have actually watched the show, but it's fantastic. He's a huge BombBomb supporter. One of the things about BombBomb is that you have the ability through video to personalize the process. And that's the biggest thing. If your clients can see you on video telling them exactly what is going on with their property in the process, I would argue that that is probably a much better way than you just typing out an email in text format. You're personalizing the business. You're talking to them face-to-face. And all of the tracking and measuring that I've done in my own business, every time we sell a listing, every time I have a buyer that goes through the drip emails that I've set up for them, I call them and I ask them during the follow-up, 30, 60 days later, listen, I put you into a drip email campaign. Those emails were canned. What did you think of them? How did they make you feel? And did you feel like they were informative? And the answers that I'd get coming back all the time, 100%, Kelly, the emails that you sent were informative. They helped us. You kept us in the loop. You told us exactly what you said in the videos actually came true. Everything that you told us came to fruition. And so what we're trying to do is personalize the process, humanize the contractual process, and doing that through video. And you've got the ability to be able to set up drip campaigns. If you shoot the videos prior to and upload them into the service, you can create those drip campaigns. This is all about being organized and systemized, you guys. It's not rocket science. And I'm telling you, if you're comfortable being face-to-face with your client, you're going to be comfortable on video knowing full well that that one person, that one client is going to be the only person seeing that video. You're not sticking it onto YouTube. You're not playing it for the masses. You don't have to make sure that your makeup is perfect and your hair is done up. I'll show you a couple of videos that I've done. I've got a studio set up in my basement, and this has been a natural progression for me over the course of the last 6 or 7 years that I've been doing videos. So I don't want to spend too much time on this. Obviously, I'm passionate about it. This is what I speak on a lot. So we'll get into this in a little bit. Now, e-signatures and transaction management, this is an integral component into being systemized. And I'm not saying that you can't be systemized if you're not paperless, because I know a lot of paperless agents that are systemized. However, I also know a lot of paperless agents that have paper all over their desk at their office, that have a really messy filing cabinet that is completely disorganized. And so what we're going to be talking about with respect to e-signatures and transaction management and document storage is how these programs, DocuSign, FileTour, web forms, Infinite Solutions, which is Authentisign and repree, of course. How these solutions are going to be able to keep you organized and systemized through your real estate business, and allow you to ultimately be able to communicate with your clients and make sure that they're in the know in terms of all of the paperwork that they've got. If you go to an e-signature solution and you sign up for something today, I'm telling you, you will not be using a fax machine again. You will not use a scanner and scan the email again, unless you have clients that absolutely insist on paper. I've been paperless now for going on about 5 years. I've been utilizing the repree system now for the last couple of years, and I can honestly tell you, out of the, couple hundred deals that I've done since I've been paperless, I have not had one person say to me, Kelly, I want to do this on paper. I'm not comfortable doing it on the iPad or tablet or off my phone or off their computer. So it's all in how you sell it. I've done a webinar previous to this one talking about how to overcome objections when it comes to electronic signatures. And maybe what we'll do is when we send this video out, the recording out, maybe we'll put a link to that webinar as well so that you guys can have an opportunity to have a look at that. Now, how are e-signature solutions and transaction management systems a system? Well, first of all, they're going to keep you organized. They're going to keep you efficient. So every time you do a transaction, that paperwork is going to be deposited into your virtual filing system. It's going to be stored for you on the cloud. It's going to be accessible to you from anywhere in the world and so, from any device. And so once you're organized and efficient like this, if you've got a client or you've got an agent or you've got a lawyer or a lender and you're out and about with another client and they call you up or they send you a text and say, hey, listen, I need that waiver. You forgot to send it yesterday. No problem. You can jump onto your phone. You can jump onto your tablet. Before you're driving, of course, if you're driving, maybe pull over. You get to the house, but you can pull open whatever solution you're using and send that email right away. There's no running to the office, pulling open the file, grabbing the piece of paper, scanning it to email, or faxing the document over. You got everything right from your fingertips, so how can you not be efficient? Okay, so I'm just going to take a little drink of water here. So this is also going to allow you to systemize the contract process from signing to filing. So everywhere from, you're going to be sitting in your living room 10 o'clock at night while the other agent is running across the city to get signatures on a piece of paperwork. You're going to be able to do this directly from your living room. Your clients will be able to sign directly from their living room. As soon as everybody has signed the document, everybody's going to automatically get a copy of that document. It actually states in the Alberta Real Estate Association contracts that we're required to get them a copy of the contract immediately. I think it's within 24 hours. So with an e-signature solution, I don't care which one you're using, you're going to have that ability now. So you'll be completely compliant. Now, all of these different systems that I'm talking about, do they talk to each other? At this point, no, they don't. Can they? Yeah, absolutely. There are different softwares that you can utilize, things like if this, then that, so that's IFTTT, which I'm just starting to dig into now, and I'm really actually quite liking it. I've set it up for a lot of my bills now, so whenever I get an invoice from one of the vendors that I'm paying money to on a monthly basis, as soon as that email comes in with that invoice, IFTTT grabs that email and that invoice and it deposits it into my Dropbox account. So now I can, at the end of the month, I can go into that Dropbox account. I can pull open all of my invoices. I can print them off. I can input them into whatever software that I'm using to keep track. Maybe it's an Excel spreadsheet, but it's one of those things where it's automated. I don't have to touch it. It's a system. Okay, so there are pieces of software that you can integrate into something like Basecamp and BombBomb, things like Zapier, for example. This is getting really deep, you guys, and I don't want to go that deep because I am a little bit of a nerd when it comes to this kind of stuff. If you want to talk to me about this stuff later, shoot me an email, kscar@repree.com, so KSKAR@repree.com, and I'm more than happy to chat with you guys about how I've got certain things set up within my business. So a system should be designed to keep you on task, let your client know what the next steps are in their transaction, And the perfect system is again, along the lines of the perfect CRM is actually the one that you're using. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to jump in now into Basecamp. So Basecamp, what you would do is you just go to basecamp.com. This is the website. It's going to pull up here in just a sec. You can either log into an existing account if you're already there, or you just go ahead and create an account. Now, there are some pricing here. You can start a free trial. I believe it's for a 60-day trial. Prices start at about $20 a month. I'm at around this level right here, so about $50 a month, where you've got 40 active projects and about 15 gigabytes of space. So this is actually really quite affordable. And when we get into Basecamp, we'll show you exactly what a project is and how we manage it and the checklist that we have. If anybody out there, I'll throw this out there. If you're interested in seeing the checklist that I've created, the templates that I've created for buyers and for sellers, again, shoot me an email. I'll take some screenshots and we'll send them out along with the link to the recording of this webinar. So go to basecamp.com, start your free trial, 60 days. You don't have to go up to the $50 a month, but I'll pretty much guarantee you once you get more and more projects on the go, you're probably going to want to make that next step. So this is the dashboard. I've got a number of different things going on here. All of the stars, they're nice and prominent within my view. So we've got team communication. I operate a small team. There's 4 of us all together. As you can see, all of my team members are in these discussions. And this is how I communicate with my team. So if I wanted to send out a quick email, I would just go in here and click on post a new message, put in the subject, and then put in the body, and I'm ready to go. As soon as I type that out, I can go down here and I can select who is going to get an email with that message attached. Click on post message, and out it goes. The nice thing about this is that I've included the team into the team communication, and if they're interested in replying to the message that I send out, they can do that. As you can see, Stephanie has done that. I sent out a big long recap of one of our team coaching meetings from yesterday, and Stephanie jumped in here and provided some feedback, which is what I was asking for. Okay, so we utilize it from a team communication perspective. As you know, I'm the Chief Marketing Officer for repree, so I utilize it for some of the online marketing stuff that we're doing. And then down here, I've got other projects set up for listings and for buyers, okay? So these are some of the listings that we have. We've got a few more that are going to be coming online that are not published yet. But as you can see, I've got a number of different discussions going on, providing feedback to the client, and then the client coming in here and commenting and letting me know that she's actually viewed all of the feedback that's been posted up here. Okay, so a really powerful tool. So you can go ahead and set up projects for listings, set up projects for buyers. This is a buyer project that we've got set up. As you can see, we've still got a number of things here on our checklist. Some of these things in the checklist are assigned to our assistant. Some of them are assigned to me. So what we want to do is try to minimize what we're doing on a day-to-day basis and make sure that our assistant is taking care of some of the minutiae, things like adding the client to the BombBomb drip email campaign, ordering the gift basket, writing the thank you note, making sure that we're setting up the walkthrough 24 hours prior to possession. So these are all things that as soon as we get a check off here, our client is immediately going to get an email, well not immediately, but they're going to get an email the next morning telling them exactly what it is that we've done. So I'll just go back here and I'll show you the templates that I've created. Now you can create a number of different templates. We've got an onboarding template that we're going to be putting together that we're still working on. There's only 21 to-dos in here. Our listing transaction process, we've got 73 to-dos in here. So if I were to go in here and show you guys exactly what this entails, you'll be able to see that we've got a checklist along the same lines as, that example that I used where we printed off that checklist and put it on the legal size envelope. It's along those same lines. So we've got the paper process. Has the CMA been done? Has it been presented? Has the listing contract been done? Has it been uploaded to repree and backed up on the Dropbox? Has the lockbox been installed? You can see here that we've got a number of different items that my assistant is going to be taking care of. Is a professional video shot. We've got all of the things that we're doing, before the property even enters the market. So a lot of the marketing stuff. So, creating the ad copy for the feature sheets, ad copy for the online ads, ad copy for the MLS. And then down here, we've got step 3, which is marketing the listing. We've got all of these different things in here, and as soon as we check something off, the client gets an email. So they can see exactly what it is that we're doing. We've got step 4, which is the conditional sale process. So we're making sure that once the client goes conditional, they get put into the BombBomb drip email campaign, and that's got to be immediate because those emails start going out right away. Things like putting the CS sticker on there, making sure that the photos of the client's house that they just sold, as a memento, a link is being sent to them so that they have those photos. All of the paperwork being sent to the lawyer. And then down here, step 5, after a successful sale, so that's after the property has been reported as sold, we're ordering the gift basket. We're delivering a bottle of wine to the new homeowner before possession. We're writing a thank you card to the new buyer and deliver it to the home. We're sending a client a real satisfied testimonial, the seller client, because we want to know, track, and measure what it is exactly that we did, how we fell down, how we need to pick ourselves up, what our level of service was. So that's yet another system in being able to track and measure the level of service that we're providing to our clients. That's realsatisfied.ca. So as you can see, we've got 73 items in here that absolutely keep us organized. Now, the nice thing about this is that we're able to actually loop our clients into each project. And what we would do if we wanted to do that, we'd go up here and click on invite more people. Click on the client and then add their email address right here. Now, we would be able to either just send this invitation out, they would get this text that's right here, or we can actually customize this text and make sure that it looks like it's coming directly from us and it's a little bit more personal. So that's the ins and outs of Basecamp. There's so many different things that you can do with this project management software. I'm only tipping. I'm at just a tip of the spear here. Like there's so much more that can be done, but the way that we're utilizing it is a way that we feel is the most efficient for us. Once a project is done, you can archive those projects, and you've got access to all of them within Basecamp itself. Now, Basecamp is accessible via your phone, whatever phone you're using, as well as your tablet. So it's fully mobile. You're fully mobile. You can go in. You can start conversations with your clients. You can check things off. You can start communication with your team, whatever the case may be. Everything that we do today, in this day and age, should be mobile. That's Basecamp in a nutshell. Now, we're going to move over to BombBomb. So what we get you to do is go and check out BombBomb.com. Okay? Get you to click on, now we'll just check on the pricing. So we've got Basecamp at about $50 a month. BombBomb is not bad. 1 to 500 people, $25 a month. Those are pretty reasonable numbers. 501 to 2,500, you jump up to 37. Between 2,500 and 5,000, you're jumping up to $69 a month. This is the package that I'm on. I pay it on a yearly basis to save a little bit of money. So the biggest thing is that we've got a very hefty database. We've got about 5,000 people in one database that we're able to migrate over into BombBomb, and now I can communicate with our database on a very regular basis, once a month, and it's a video email, and it's sometimes it's kind of off the cuff, sometimes it's well produced. A lot of the times it is, more often than not, just off the cuff, and the reason for that is because we want to present to these potential clients not only that we're professional, but we're real. So if I'm talking to them and I mess up a word of some kind, I don't have the ability to edit that out. I'm just, it's a real thing. So people will see that you're fallible, and I think that if you're fallible, people will be able to relate to you a lot better. So, a lot of you guys could be 1 to 500, so that's $25 a month. That's $300 a year. You pay it. I think they give you a little bit of a discount in terms of the pricing if you pay it on a yearly basis. So, BombBomb.com, check out their pricing. I believe they have a free trial as well. Check those guys out. Now, what we can do in here is we can send out emails. We can create lists. So going in here and creating these lists is where you would have basically all of your leads, okay? So you've got all of your leads. We've got about 4,000 contacts in our list. You can create forms. So what you would do is create a form. Let's say you've got some sort of a seller lead generation site, you know, and people are opting into that seller lead gen site. What you can then do is set up a form of some kind and send that form to your client. As soon as they sign up, they get another email with a form asking them, it's a video of you asking them for a little bit more information so that you can prepare that market evaluation in a proper way. Now let's get into the drip campaigns, because this is where things get really interesting and allow us to get really, really systemized to a point where we don't even have to talk to the client. I mean, we want to talk to our clients because we like them, right? But what we're trying to do is free up a lot more time for you guys so that you're doing income-producing things, okay? Getting out, showing properties, writing offers, listing properties, all of these income-producing things that you should be doing. You know, you shouldn't be picking up the phone 3 or 4 times a week. If you can systemize the process, why wouldn't you do that? So we've got a number of drip campaigns set up. I'll show you all of them here. We've got the buyer conditional sale. We've got 5 emails within that buyer conditional sale. So this is a buyer that's purchased a property that has not waived their conditions yet. As soon as we have an accepted offer on a property, we put our client into this drip campaign. And we've got five emails that come up, and it's essentially telling them exactly what it is that they need to know about the next steps. So things like, what are the costs involved? How much is it going to cost me to close? What's the cost on a condo doc review? What's the cost on a home inspection? How much is a lawyer going to cost? What are these conditions that we put into the offer? You know, sending out a congratulations and a thank you. You know, what happens after the conditions are actually removed? Then what? You know, and then the last email in the series is an email about 32 days after the original one went in. And again, it's just a simple email reaching out to them and saying thank you. Thank you so much for putting your trust in me. Thank you so much for, you know, this might be an opportunity for you to go ahead and ask for that referral, that coveted referral, and making sure that you send out that link to the Real Satisfied review or whatever program you're using so that you can, again, track and measure how your level of service was. We did a home buyer seminar last year. We had a drip campaign set up. There was only 3 emails in that drip. I have some ideas in here about other things, listing agents, keeping them in the loop. I haven't created anything in there yet, but it's kind of an idea, a concept that I'm dealing with right now. New seller drip. So when we take a listing, I don't know about most agents, but it usually takes us about a week to 10 days to properly get the property ready for photos, get those photos shot, get the video shot, and get all of the marketing that you guys saw in the Basecamp project set up and running. So we aren't the type of realtors where you call us up on a Monday and we come out and we list your house on a Wednesday. And we're very upfront about that. So with the new seller drip campaign, what happens is 3 days prior to the client's house going on the market, they get this first email. And what it's doing is it's setting them up and telling them exactly what it is that they should be expecting. The next day, they get another email from us. So it's 2 days prior to them actually going in the market. At this point, I'm telling them about Basecamp and telling them that what they should expect from Basecamp and how often we're going to be communicating. The third email in the series goes out about 14 days after. And what we're asking them is for them to provide us with some feedback on how we're doing so far, encouraging them to communicate with us, encouraging them if they have questions, comments, concerns, to get in contact with us, email, text, phone call, video email. You know, we want to be able to service our clients, and if there's any issues, we want that channel of communication wide open. So we've got about 5 emails in that drip campaign. Now, I created this last year where we had an average days on market of about 37 days. So, you know, by that 4th email, I was actually able to take those people out of that drip campaign and put them into the next drip campaign, which is the seller conditional sale campaign. And what we're doing here is, again, congratulating them on their conditional sale and telling them what the next steps are, what to expect. The buyer's agent is going to be booking an inspection. The bank is probably going to be booking an appraisal. What does that mean? How long does the inspection take? What are our responsibilities? Should we be communicating to our friends and family that we had a conditional sale? Should we be posting it to Facebook? I would suggest, especially if you're in the Calgary market, you probably shouldn't be saying anything until everything is waived, right? I think that most people would agree with that. So those are the end of our drip campaigns. Now I'll take you in and I'll show you one of the emails. I'm hoping that this plays. I haven't actually tested this out yet, but I've got an email that I can show you guys in one of the drip campaigns that I've created. Where is it here? Here we go. That first email that gets sent out, okay? Hopefully everybody can hear this. May not be able to, but we'll see.
Hey there, it's Kelly with CIR Realty. Thank you so much for putting your trust in us to market your property for sale. I want you to know that we're going to be keeping in contact with you on a regular basis by a series of these types of video emails. Now, the second thing is we're also going to put you into our project management software called Basecamp. Essentially, we're going to set up a project for your property to get your home sold. This is a way for you to keep an eye on us and make sure that we're doing everything humanly possible to get your property sold for you. Again, thank you so much for putting your trust in us. Myself and my team truly appreciate it, and be sure that we will be in contact with you very, very soon.
Okay, super simple, right, guys? I mean, I shot this in my basement. You can see, I mean, you know, the back, I'm going for that white, crisp background. You know, obviously I haven't got there yet with this video. I think I've mastered it now, but I've got a green screen back there. You know, we've got some good lighting. You can see I've got a mic there. The audio sounds good. I'm in a suit, professional. I shot this last year, so I'm a few pounds heavier. But at the end of the day, it's personalized, it's direct, it's to the point. It is 38 seconds, okay? Your clients will get this in their email. They'll open it up. They'll watch the video and go, oh, okay, great. So this is exactly what to expect from Kelly over the next couple of days or so. Now, with that email, I can go in here and I can click on track. So I can actually see if the client, number one, has opened the email, and number two, has actually played the video. So down here, you can see it tracks everything, whether it was sent, whether it was delivered, how many unique opens, how many times it's been played. Pretty powerful stuff. We're tracking, we're measuring, we're always trying to improve. Okay, so we've got a number of drip campaigns set up through BombBomb. We've got the project management software set up through Basecamp. Now I'm going to take you in, and I'm just going to go through a couple of different programs here and just show you the websites, okay? And then I'm going to dig into repree just a little bit. I'm not going to sell you on it. I don't really care if you sign up for it. It'd be great if you did, but at the end of the day, it's what I have access to show you exactly what the dashboard looks like, what the back end looks like, and you can make the decision from there. So we've got DocuSign. DocuSign is actually a partner of repree, and you've got access to this through web forms, through the Canadian Real Estate Association. If you're working with a brokerage, maybe your brokerage has got some sort of agreement with them. This is an opportunity for you to go paperless and sign up with an e-signature solution. FileTour, again, is endorsed by the Canadian Real Estate Association, is a transaction manager document management system. I don't believe that they have an electronic signature solution at this point. I believe that they've got different partners that, like DocuSign, where they allow the plugin. I believe actually the partner that they've got is AuthentiSign. And then we've got AuthentiSign. Infonet Solutions. So here you go. I believe AuthentiSign is also endorsed by CREA as well. So these are, obviously some of our competitors out there. We want you to be fully aware of who is out there, letting you know that there are different opportunities or examples of different vendors out there that you can take advantage of. So now I'm just going to dig into repree. We're going to be in here very, very lightly, and then we're going to open it up to questions. What you're seeing here is the dashboard of repree, and what I've done is I've created a test account. The test account, his name is Testing, okay? If I wanted to add a client, I just go over here, click on the Add Client button, put all the contact information in there. That client would then show up here. Their contact information would show up here, Then what I do is I'd start adding transactions. So what you've got to look at this like is your digital filing cabinet. Every piece of paperwork that you're going to have your client sign is going to show up within this transaction. So as you can see over here on the right-hand side, I've got a number of different documents that I've had Test-In sign, and all of these documents are housed here in this transaction at 123 Main Street. I have access to any single one of these documents at any time from anywhere in the world, from any device that I'm using, so long as I have access to the internet, okay? So this is a fantastic opportunity for you guys not only to house all of your documentation on the cloud that's safe and secure, but also a great opportunity for you to be able to log in and grab whatever document you need from anywhere in the world. Now we've also got our own e-signature solution, which is called Ratify. I believe Brent is actually going to be doing a webinar on Monday. Brent will be doing a webinar on Monday, and his webinar is going to be going through the intricacies of Ratify. So essentially what Ratify is an e-signature solution, okay? So all we do is we grab a document, and again, this is not going to be a webinar on how to utilize this, but I want to give you guys an idea as to what it looks like. Because a lot of people have seen DocuSign, they haven't really seen Ratify. So this is an idea of what we got here. Multi-tagging is available, so you can take the client's signature or their initials, put them wherever they need to go. Okay, we've got the opportunity for strike-through, which is really cool. There's check boxes, there's text fields, and then date and time, right? You click on send, it gets sent over to the client opens it up, they sign it, they initial it, it's done and done. Once that's done, it comes in here as a signed document, and you've got access to it. And that's taking forever to load up here. I think my bandwidth, using up a lot of bandwidth here. So anyways, we've got a virtual filing cabinet, we've got an e-signature solution, the ability to put as many clients in as you want. It's unlimited storage for you, and I've actually got an offer for you right now, and that offer is going to be this. This is my play, guys. This is the sales technique. Okay, this is the one pitch. If you call today and you call this number 1-877-667-7343 and go to extension 1, or you send an email to info@repree.com, and you say that you were on this webinar today, we're going to give you a 15% off discount on the premium package, which puts you down to $255 per year plus GST. Okay, and that gets you everything that you saw within the dashboard there. We've got great support. We've got our dedicated support team, Colin Care. He's our guy that has created a lot of our FAQs, a lot of the videos that you'll see in the support page. He's the guy behind all of that. So we've got fantastic support system. If you need anything, any questions at all, you can always ask us, okay? Got a great referral program as well, and food for thought. Just think of it like this. From a systemization standpoint, how much time are you going to be able to free up, not to do income-producing activities, but how much time are you going to free up to be able to spend with your friends and your family if you're not consistently on your phone, typing off emails, updating your clients? Look, if you're carrying 15, 20, 25 listings at a time, man, that is a huge amount of communication. If you don't have anybody that's set up and dedicated to look after that for you, you're one busy agent. I think that everybody should be looking at systemizing their business, utilizing some of these programs. There's lots of different programs out there. this is the tip of the iceberg, you guys. Again, if you have any questions at all, if you want to sign up for repree today, if you want to get in touch with me, you want to ask me about things like IFTTT or Zapier, or you want to pick my brain about BombBomb, hey, no problem. Shoot me an email, skar@repree.com. So I'm going to jump back onto the webinar page here. Looks like we got some stuff in the audio. Some people losing the audio, cutting in and out. That's not good. Okay. So anybody that's still on the call, I will be sending out the audio version of this as well as the video link. So hopefully everything worked out. So Jennifer Kennedy, so is there a repree app? No, there's not an application. The whole system is built on HTML5. If you go to app.repree.com, that's where you'll find it. You'll find that off of your iPad, off of your iPhone, off of your Samsung, BlackBerry, whatever you're using. Go to app.repree.com and it's there. Arnie says, how does your client sign it on their end? Do they need special software? No, Arnie, they don't. What happens is it comes into an email, okay? So they get an email from the system. There's a big blue button that says Start Signing Session. They click on that button, a browser window opens up into that document that you sent to them, as well as, there's a big blue button that says Start Signing Session. If they're operating off of their laptop, they can go through, click on Sign Here. Wherever you've tagged the document, they are forced to sign where you've tagged the document. So they can jump on off of their tablet, off of their laptop, off of their phone. Hope that answers that. Diana Noble, what is the broker solution like for repree? I'm going to actually send that question over to Brent, Diana, and I'm going to have Brent answer that question for you. Brent actually just jumped onto a call here, so he's not available in the chat right now, but I will get your contact information, and we'll make sure to get that question for you answered, okay? Daryl Cook is asking, why can repree not import PDFs? It only imports JPEGs. Daryl, that's actually not accurate. It does not import JPEGs. It only imports PDFs. If you're having issues, feel free to reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to kind of walk through. Okay, actually, Brent already answered that question. Any other questions in Q&A? Thanks, Diana. You're very welcome. And again, I'll get Brent to get in touch with you. Okay. So if there's no other questions, I think we'll probably shut her down from here. Oh, Kim, using repree and ratify, DocuSign allows the signer to adjust the size of their signature. Will ratify have that ability in the future? Actually, you've already got that ability, Kim. It's in there. So there's actually, when you tag the document on the signature button, there is a little box in the top right-hand corner. You can take that box and you can drag the signature button, make it as big or as small as you want. So here, I'll just show you really quickly. Get into ratify, just to tag the document. Just to answer your question, I just want, it's difficult to explain. It's a lot easier just to show you. Bring this in here. So I can make this as big or as small as I want. Okay? Does that answer your question? I think it does. You're very welcome, Savannah. Daryl, I'm glad that Brent got back to you. That's good. Gerald, what is the difference between repree and ratify? Well, ratify is our e-signature solution. Repree is the whole thing. So repree is the name of the company. Repree is the dashboard, the transaction management system, the document storage. Ratify is our own e-signature solution. Lori Spada, okay. Lori, we'll put you in touch with Brent as well. Anybody else? Any other questions about systemization? No? Okay. Well, that puts us at 45 minutes. I think we're going to shut this one down. We will be sending out a link. And again, we'll be sending out those links to the the webinar that I did on objection handling for e-signatures as well. So I hope you all have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Hopefully you guys got some value from this. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to email me, skar@repree.com. Enjoy the day, guys.